Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. I am so excited about this show. Can you tell by the big smile on my face? Good TV is bike. Anyway, we're here for Dahmer. This is a Netflix special. I don't normally review shows on Netflix because we can just binge it, but I ain't even binge it. I just watched the first episode and I want to give it to you guys episode by episode. 10 episodes, so we're going to be here a minute. I am excited, and I'm really going to take my time watching it as well because, well, I'm lying. When I get off of here, I'm probably going to watch episode 2 for sure. I'm going to watch episode 2. I ain't going to do the notes for it just yet because I'm going to try to bring you guys episode 2 next week. Now, as to spread this out a little bit. I think Ryan Murphy has his hand in this. I really do. Niecy Nash, she plays Jeffrey Dahmer's next door neighbor. And she's in her apartment. She can hear sawing going on in the apartment next to her. And so she's just sitting there and she looks very distraught. Like this is something she's been dealing with for a while. And she knows something sinister is going on. And sure enough, we see over there in Jeffrey's apartment, he has finished sawing whatever he was sawing with his electric knife. And he puts it down and his hands are all bloody and all of that. He washes his hands off and gets a beer out of the refrigerator. And what's... well, no, we don't see that yet. Let me not jump ahead. Anyway, he gets the beer and he leaves. And when he leaves, Niecy, she steps out into the hallway and she's like, what you gonna do about the smell? Like, I know I done asked you about that smell. Like, what is that? And he tells her that, oh, it's the meat. She's like, I saw you the other night, dumping something into the garbage. So if the meat's gone, then why is the smell still there? And then he says, oh, my fish. I got 2 dead exotic fishes. I'll clean it out tomorrow. He walk up on her and everything, and she's standing there breathing. And he's like, I'll clean it up tomorrow. And then turns around and leaves. I was like, see, no, girl, no. I'm talking about some kind of fungus. They had some type of disease. The fish did. They had some type of disease. He gonna clean it this weekend. Anyway, so we see these missing posters all, posted up around the place. Jeffrey is walking to this bar. He goes to the bar where the black folks be. And he offers to buy these 2 guys a drink. And, they're looking at him like, what? One of them recognized him like, you was just in here like last week offering to buy me a drink. You don't remember? You tried to buy me a drink. You tried to buy one of my homies a drink, You gonna buy us a drink? You gonna buy all 3 of us a drink? And, he says, yeah. And they're like, oh, first they're like, are you gonna buy us all a drink? Or are you gonna, take somebody home? Are you gonna hook up with somebody? You just in here buying drinks. Are you going to, make a move on one of us? Or are you just gonna walk out like you did last time? And he says, tonight he's a man of action. I'm like, y'all don't even know what y'all messing around with. Dahmer tells them that he's a photographer. And, if they want to pose for him, then he'll give them $50 to do that. And they're like, I ain't taking off my clothes for $50. And then one of them, whose name is Tracy, he's the one that kind of bites the bait. And because Jeffrey starts complimenting his bone structure and all of that, like he's a real professional. So he leaves with Jeffrey. And his friend is looking real nervous, like something I don't know about this man. I don't know, but he doesn't say anything. They leave. He gives the guys a fake address, talking about, oh, I live in a bungalow, such and such an address. Y'all should come, pop through later. And they're like, okay. I'm like, that ain't the right address. A bungalow? You don't live in no damn bungalow. You live in an apartment. You live in an apartment. Anyway, Tracy and Jeffrey, they walking back to his apartment. And the guy's like, Tracy's like, what? You said you lived in a house. He's talking about I just told them that. I didn't want them to come bother us. Red flag number 1. Because we're going to count up the red flags for Tracy ass. Because he just ignored all of them. He ignored all of them. But anyway, Tracy, you know, they get to the door and Tracy stands in the doorway at first. Because first of all, why you got so many locks on the door? Red flag number 2. Red flag number 2, he ignored it. He steps inside and he's like, what's that smell? Dahmer says, oh, I really like pork chops. My family, they sent me some pork chops and they went bad. I didn't get to put them in that freezer over there. I forgot to put them in the freezer over there. Red flag. Am I on 3 or 4? Red flag number 3. Because what you mean you forgot to put whole pork chops in the freezer? Okay. Anyway, to the point to where they smell like that. Yeah, it's been a while. Nobody's a fool, Jeffrey. But he's a fool because he still stayed his ass there. Red flag number 3. Whole time you already know he's standing there locking every last lock. It's about 10 of them on there. He's locking all of them. And Tracy just standing there looking cheap. Tracy asked, so can I open a window? And Jeffrey is like, no, those don't work. He opened up the refrigerator and it's a head, a human skull. Well, not the skull, the whole head, chopped, skin still on it and everything. It's a black man. His whole face, his whole head is just at the bottom of the refrigerator. He just opened the refrigerator so cavalier, got a beer out, head at the bottom of it. Like it's in the produce section, like it's supposed to be there. Red flag number 4, Tracy. Tracy standing there. He's staring, looking around, and he sees this satanic book on the counter, on the coffee table or whatever you call it. Red flag number 5, because he still don't leave. He still don't leave after that. He's just checking around, checking his surroundings or whatever. And Jeffrey is over there in the kitchen, drugging his drink, putting drugs in the cup, and pouring the beer inside. And he come over there. And, talking about some cheers, trying to give him the cup. And Tracy looked down at his cup. What is that floating in the cup? And Jeffrey says, oh, this is probably just dish soap. And I'd have been like, clean my cup out. Am I supposed to drink the dish soap? Tracy, what the fuck? Tracy took a sip. Red flag number 5. Because if anything is floating in your drink after somebody just made you a drink, oh, you know what? I'm going to wash my cup out. First of all, I ain't see you wash my cup out. Just so many times for him to just wake up. And he knows it. That's the thing. That's the thing. You know it. You know when you in a dangerous situation. And it's just like, he's stuck. He's stuck. I don't know what Tracy's problem was. But he should have got out of there a long time ago. Tracy, puts the cup down and, he's just, and you know what? I'm gonna just head out. He tries to head for the door and Jeffrey stands in front of the door like, no, everybody's always trying to leave me. Please don't leave. Tracy's like, what you mean leave? I'm just trying to go outside to get some fresh air because it's stinking here. And he's like, I said I would turn the air conditioner on. Like the air conditioner is going to stop it from stinking. Red flag number 6. And Tracy's like, oh, okay. Where's the AC? Oh, it's in the bedroom. You gonna go turn it on? And then he's like, I want to show you around first. So he puts his arm around him and curves him around in that living room and directs his attention to the dead fish in the fish tank just floating dead. He's a weirdo. He's really a weirdo. But anyway, Tracy, tries to, while they're looking down at the fish, Jeffrey slips some handcuffs on him. He's like, what are you doing? He just got one side handcuffed. He didn't get to handcuff him to anything. And, he pushes him off and they start tussling. It's a tussle. And Jeffrey gets a hold of a knife. And, now he got him at knife point, like, go in there. I ain't going in there. Go in the bedroom. I'm telling you, I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to take the pictures. I want to watch a movie. I don't want you to leave. Everybody is always trying to leave. Just go into the bedroom. Tracy's just, okay, I'll go in the bedroom. He eases on by and goes back there in the bedroom and sits down on the edge of the bed. It's a big ass blood stain on the mattress. There's a barrel in the corner of the room. Tracy knows it. Tracy knows he in deep shit now. Anyway, this whole time, Niecy is in her apartment listening to it all. She pacing the floors with her cigarette trying to figure out what's going on. I'm like, girl, call the people. Call the police, girl. Anyway, Jeffrey, he puts on a movie. He's watching The Exorcist. And Tracy is like, so what are you going to do? And Jeffrey's like, I told you, we're just going to watch a movie, take some pictures, and then I'll pay you. Sit down on the bed next to him, and he just starts whispering to him. So he's just... I'm like, he casting spells? It was real Rudy. Anyway, Tracy's still trying to figure out how he going to get out of there. Tracy tries to run again. Of course, Jeffrey overpowers him. Stop trying to run. Why do you keep trying to run? Stop trying to run. Don't try to leave. I told you I'm going to pay you. Tracy just laying on the bed. He leaning back. He see that blood stain. It's just all bad. It's just all bad. He sits up and Jeffrey has his hand on his thigh. So he's like, maybe I should run with this. So he tries to seduce Jeffrey, He's like, yeah, I'm okay. So just relax, Why don't we go into the other room and I can do some more things? And, he takes his hand and starts sucking his finger, listen, insinuate, and this is what's going to go down in the other room if we could just go to the other room. And Jeffrey's sitting there. He like it, and then he kind of hops up with the knife out again. And he's like, are you high yet? And then Tracy's like, yeah. Okay, I'm ready. And then he says good and all of that. What do you want to show me? Turns the TV off so they go into the other room, back into the living room. And Tracy's like, can you put the knife down? I feel a little bit more comfortable if you put the knife down. It's kind of scaring me. And so Jeffrey puts the knife down, and Tracy starts to do a little strip tease for Jeffrey. He doing a strip tease. He's like, go get your camera. Go on and go get your camera. And and Jeffrey's like backing out the room, thinking if I go and get this camera, he's going to probably try to run. I can't take my eyes off of him. And Tracy's down on the floor now, really suiting it up, really bouncing that ass and really doing a lot, trying to save his life. I get it, Tracy. Tracy was trying to pull out all the stops. Tracy said, go ahead. I'm not going to go nowhere. I'm not going to run. And soon as Jeffrey darts that corner to go get the camera, Tracy tries to get up to get that knife, and Jeffrey is back like that. And it's kind of like, yeah. Now go ahead and take them pictures. He had to play it off. I was like, how did he get back in there so fast? But anyway, he gets back in there. He's taking pictures of Tracy. Tracy looks terrified, by the way. But it's working. It's really working. He's still posing or whatever. And he takes the pictures and he's like, okay, that's enough. I want to go watch my movie. Like, now y'all got to go back in here into this bedroom. So they go back into the bedroom. And he puts the movie on, and Tracy's like, I don't like scary movies. They scare me. And Jeffrey says to him, what's so scary about it? Death's a part of life. What you scared for? Tracy, Jeffrey asked if he's weird. Do you think I'm weird? And Tracy says no. Like he not. Right answers only, Tracy. Right answers only. They watching the Exorcist or whatever, and he's like, let me skip. He said he watch it every day. He's like, talking about, let me skip to the best part. I'm almost ready. I'm like, almost ready for what? He keep asking about that barrel too. What's over there in that barrel? What's that? What's that over there? You know what that is over there. You know what that is over there. Anyway, Jeffrey's sitting there looking all crazy or whatever, breathing all weird and all. He's just crazy as hell. Then he asked to listen to Tracy's heartbeat. And so he does, and then he kind of leans Tracy back onto the bed, with his head leaning him down. And he's like, what are you doing? What are we doing? And Jeffrey says, I want to listen to your heartbeat because I'm going to eat it. Hell no, Jeffrey. Hell no. That would have been my moment right there. Oh no. Oh no. You have completely put out there what your intentions are for me this evening, and we're not doing that. We will not be having my heart for dinner. Nope, nope, nope. So Tracy has to think fast, and he just starts caressing Jeffrey's head. And I'm like, what's happening? He thinking of a master plan. He gouges Jeffrey's eyes out. Well, not out, but he digs his thumb into his eye, and then picks up a lamp and bashes him over the head and runs out. And now he got to get all these locks unlocking. So he's fumbling with the lock. Please, come on, let me out of here. And then Jeffrey comes around the corner, of course, and gets him from behind. And he gets out of the chokehold, bashes him over the head with something that was on the shelf. Like he hit him, bop, bip, 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 like that. And then Jeffrey falls to the floor. And Tracy gets out of that house like by the skin of his teeth. Listen, running down that hallway screaming, help me, he's trying to kill me, help me, he's trying to kill me. You already know Niecy Nash is up and on the case. And so she steps outside, and Jeffrey's standing in the hallway looking crazy as hell. So she jumps back in her apartment. And then Tracy just running down the street. Running down, what's that man that used to run like this? That track star. Damn, I can't think his name. Johnson. Michael Johnson. Is that his name? Don't give me the line. He was in the Olympics and everything. I'm really being disrespectful by not knowing his name. But y'all know he used to run like his head would do this when he ran. He was fast as hell. Tracy running down the streets screaming for help. Jeffrey just go back in his apartment and smoke a cigarette because I guess he know the jig is up. The police, they're out doing they're out patrolling, and they run right into Tracy. Tracy still got the handcuff on his hand and everything. And at first, he a black man, so get your ass down, hands up. And he tells them everything. Jeffrey is just sitting in his apartment, with his cigarette, and there's a knock at the door. You already know it's the police. It's the police, and it's Tracy. And there he opens the door and cracks it, and they're like, is this him? Yes. Sir, did you handcuff this man? And then Jeffrey gonna try to play the homosexual card. Like, we're homosexuals, and so it's just a homosexual thing. Like, he knows that's gonna make the police uncomfortable, and they're probably gonna want to just, lovers quarrel, let me get on up out of here. And not these police. These police was like, so you got the key to the handcuffs? And he said, yeah, I got the key. Okay. Can we come in? Because he tried to close the door. Can we come in? Mind if we come in? Sure. And they asked Tracy, you want to come in? Hell no, I'm going to stay right out here. Hell no, y'all go ahead. And so he's standing outside, and the police go in there. They looking around first, they hit with the smell. It's, what is that? Oh, yeah, I just really love pork chops. And my family sent me some pork chops, and they just went bad. They looking around. One of the officers, because he's trying to help. The officer like, you stand right there. We can do the looking around. Thank you very much. You stay right there. They looking. Where the key at again? It's in the bedroom. We'll go back there. The officer goes back there. He see the barrel. Where you say the key was? He said it's in the drawer. The drawer by the bed. Oh, okay, we're going to go over there. They open up that drawer. The key's in here. Oh, what's this? Look, looky. The Polaroids. The pictures of all of his victims. They looking through them. Oh, these are real. You're under arrest. Jeffrey tried to run. Where you running to? Tracy outside in the hallway like, got your ass. Yes, they got your ass, you son of a bitch. You going down, you piece of got your ass. I hope you die. Tracy was too beside himself because I feel like Tracy knows, the people have been going missing, black people. And so he like, you killed my friend. They gonna get that ass. And now it's the aftermath, and now everybody want to be out in the hallway. Like, where were all the neighbors when the song was going down, when the people were screaming for their life? Where were the neighbors then? Anyway, Niecy out there talking to the police. I told y'all. I called y'all over and over. I told y'all that something was going on in that apartment. The sawing, the noise, the smell. Y'all didn't listen. What did y'all do? Nothing. All those people. What did y'all find in there? What did you find in there? Girl, you know what they found in there. You already know what they found in there. Don't even don't even play. Anyway, so they got Jeffrey's daddy on the phone now. Jeffrey's daddy, he in the bed, he and his wife, and he gets wakened by a phone call, and he thinks that it's about Jeffrey being killed. So he, he's headed out the next morning to see about his son. He gets to the police station, the whole station looking at him, judging like, so this is his father. Oh, they go in there and sit down with him. And they tell him that Jeffrey was arrested for attempted murder. And he's like, attempted murder? I thought y'all was, when you said it was a murder investigation, I thought that somebody had murdered my son. No, that ain't that what you thought, Mr. Dahmer, but that ain't what it is. Mr. Dahmer says that Jeffrey, well, he was a good boy. He was quiet. He was kind of strange, but he was a good boy. I don't understand this. Just tell me, what did he do? Like, what did he do to this person? And he's like, he tells them that, he turned 18 and he moved out on his own, or he was put out, who knows, but he was on his own after that. And being alone is something he has issues with. And he starts to cry a little bit, and then he apologized. I'm so sorry for getting emotional. I'm so sorry. Like it was a bad thing for him to show emotion. I hope we diving into daddy's tea too, because daddy got some issues with him too. Just off of this. Just off of this right here. Yeah, Jeffrey's daddy was something else too. But anyway, they asked him, did you know that, first they asked, was there anything else that you want to tell us? And he tells them that Jeffrey had a hernia operation back in the day. And they think that it really, it really did some damages. There was some brain damage from the anesthesia. It kind of messed them up a little bit, And one of the officers is like, you know what? Did you know your son was gay? And Mr. Dahmer just takes a sip of his coffee. He don't even say nothing. Did you know your son was gay? Don't care about that, I guess. Anyway, one of the officers is like, you know what? We just gonna have to peel this snatch this Band-Aid off, because we gotta let you know what done really went on. There was a human head in his fridge. And then when they go in on what they found, two plastic bags, each containing a human heart, another containing human genitalia. In the bedroom, there were 5 more skulls, knives, saws, pictures documenting the dismemberment. They found the complete skeletal remains of a person inside a drawer, and they were completely dried and bleached and all of that, just preserved. The bones, the bones in the barrel, they opened up the barrel, 2 torsos in the barrel. And they were in various stages of decomposition, so like, he was just tossing them in there as he killed the people. And Mr. Dahmer is just sitting there in complete disbelief, like. And then they have to add a little bit more. Let's put a little more salt on top. Oh, and by the way, he said he was eating the people. So yeah, your son's a cannibal as well. Just thought the girl should know. I just thought you wanted to know what else was going on. Woo, y'all, I could not believe that. And I know this case so well. I'm sure everybody does. But to see Ryan Murphy is just so damn good. He's just so great. The way he tells stories, all of that. This is going to be so good. Anyway, Niecy. They tell him, we're going to leave you to collect yourself. This is why I said something is off about Dad. They tell him, we're going to leave you alone, collect yourself. when you're ready, you know, we can continue our conversation. And they leave, and he just sits there and he takes a sip of his coffee again. Just very cavalier, just casual. You know, no blank face, no emotion at all. And then it's that. I was like, what? Whoa. Wait a minute, sir. It's okay if you break down. It would have been okay if you threw some shit. It would have been okay if he was in there throwing up. If you was in there crying and carrying on. It's okay, sir. It's something about the fact that he really pushed all of that emotion down. Like, really pushed it down. Like, shoved it down. Like, don't you dare cry. Don't you come out. Don't you come out, emotion. We don't do that here. That was him gathering himself. I couldn't believe it, y'all. I was like, that is, first of all, great acting. Great acting, sir. Second of all, this is weird. This is weird. Anyway, Niecy, she at home, you know, about to fall asleep and burn her apartment down, smoking a cigarette. She wake up, she's still watching, listening to the news or whatever. It was watching her, honestly, but she wakes up to somebody banging on her door. It's the police telling her that they are evacuating the entire building. And she's like, where am I supposed to go? He said, I don't know, but you got to get out of here. This is an active crime scene. You know, the chemicals or whatever that he was using, all of that is toxic. You cannot be around. We're going to have to, I bet they got to fumigate, I guess. I don't know, but everybody got to go. And I'm like, do you have somewhere for them? Can somebody pass me a hotel voucher or something? Because where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go, officer? Anyway, she, before the officer leaves, she's like, wait, what did y'all find? Girl. No, she said, how many? How many did y'all find? Child. Because I want to say she's going to be the woman that, like, went completely ham in the courtroom. There was a black woman that I'm sure there's clips of her now on YouTube. She went in on Jeffrey. She went in. I hate you. I hate you. She was going in. It was just, whoo. Okay. I'm sure wasn't no dry in the place after that. And they let her go. Listen, they let her cook. Because what you supposed to do? What you gonna do? Everybody understood. Everybody understood the anger, the pain, all of that. And I think that's who Niecy's character is. And if I'm not mistaken, that particular woman that had that reaction, she was, I think, doing a victim statement. So she was related to one of his victims. So yeah, Niecy about to give us the performance of a lifetime with that one, because the woman wasn't performing, but that emotion, having to take yourself there. Y'all, this is gonna be good. Entertaining, you know, for its entertainment purposes, but it's a tragedy, of course. It's a tragedy that this happened and that all of those men lost their lives in such a demented way. Just completely terrible. It really is. I don't want y'all to think like that I'm reveling in the mess and in the gore of it all. No, I hope we get to see it all the way through to his demise. Honestly, because listen, we come out on top. They handled that ass in prison as they should. And I hope we get to see it on TV, you know. I hope we get to see art imitating the life with that one right there. All right, let me get off of here. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.